Hey YouTube and Facebook, my name is Jeff. I'm the first counselor of the Setting Order Ministries. And you know what? We're talking about Celestial Plural Marriage, this book. In the last video I finished this book. Now we're moving on to Celestial or Plural Marriage. I'm just going to read a quote or two out of this. This is Joseph F. Smith. But he, Joseph Smith, did not falter, although it was not until the angel of God with the drawn sword stood before him and commanded that he should enter into the practice of that principle, plural marriage, or he should be utterly destroyed or rejected, that he moved forward to reveal and establish the doctrine. So if Joseph Smith would not have lived polygamy, he would have been slain by the angel. The work would have stopped. The church never would have progressed, never would have grown. God would have had to appoint another person in his stead. But Joseph Smith remained faithful, and he lived the law, and he did not reject it, even though his wife Emma rejected it and left him and created her own church. He still stayed true and faithful. Brigham Young, Joseph Smith is the one who founded and started the church. Brigham Young is the one who established the church. He's the one who really got it going, who really got it moving forward. He started he had the Salt Lake Temple built. He founded the Salt Lake area, and he was a faithful brother in the gospel. He had many wives and many kids, and without this law of celestial plural marriage, there's just no way any of us can enter into the celestial kingdom. All you out there may think that you can because you have one wife, but you've been lied to, you've been snowed over. These prophets, these so-called prophets of these churches, like to use flowery words to deceive you, just like Satan uses flowery words to deceive us. And they'll teach you 9 truths, and in those 9 truths will be one lie. In the apostate Mormon church, there's a lot of truth in it, but there's also a lot of lies. The fact that abortion is not murder, that it's okay to abort for these 5 reasons. That polygamy, celestial plural marriage, has been done away with because the government said so, which is no longer a force right now. So that argument has no force or any bit of valid information at all. It's all just a thing of the past. It's all history. So anyone who tries to argue that polygamy has been done away with because of the manifesto is completely wrong. There's no way that even stands as a valid argument at all. As well as people saying that Section 132 does not talk about polygamy. That is absolutely 100% false. The whole section talks about polygamy. When people say that that prophets can never lead us astray, they're wrong. Only a prophet that holds the keys of this priesthood, which is in our day right now my father, Steve Lee, those people can lead you astray because they don't have the authority. They were not sealed up by God. They were not anointed and appointed by God, so that they will lead you astray because they're counterfeits. The counterfeit wants to act like he's your friend, that he wants to do you a favor, but really he's just stabbing you in the back. And you're blindly standing there taking those blows and living that way on a day-to-day basis, living in sin and rejecting God, His message, and His laws to give us the highest happiness that we could ever have. I got a Facebook page. It's called the settinginordermormon. You can look us up on there. There's tons of videos on there. I made a bunch of other videos on section 132 talking about polygamy and the celestial law of marriage. This video is talking about celestial plural marriage, talking about all the past prophets, what they thought about the subject of celestial plural marriage. And polygamy is not adultery. King David took Uriah's wife. He put Uriah in the front of the enemy battlefield, in the enemy lines, and he died, so he basically killed Uriah and took his wife. That is adultery. That is the only form of adultery. That is adultery. Polygamy of itself is not adultery. I believe that this law is the true law that should be lived by everyone. Everyone who wants to make it to the celestial kingdom should live this law. I know that this law is true and correct, and that we all should live it, and that if we don't live it, we will be damned and become sons and daughters of perdition. And we are all saved through Jesus Christ and through His laws and His ordinances. And so check us out on Setting Order Mormon. Donations are accepted. You can donate today to help the church grow and progress, to get the United Order started, to get clothing and shelter, and to be able to create a United Order one day, to get out of the system of working for yourself, the selfish system of working for ourselves, to make the rich made low and the poor made high, so that we're all made equal. And that's the only Christian way. Because when you're rich, most rich people are usually going to be taking from the poor, or not giving the fair wages. They'll usually try to steal or take more of their share. And that's how the rich become rich, because they steal from other people a lot of the time. And when they do their business dealings, they're not honest with their fellow men in their business dealings. In this church, the United Order is to dissolve that. The United Order is to bring everyone closer together, to create a community that we can all live as true saints of God, to build up His kingdom and to live His laws, and to live and be with people who believe alike, because you cannot be evenly yoked together with unbelievers. You cannot serve two masters. You either love the one or hate the other. So it's either Satan or God. You can't choose both of them. This church was restored and established by God and Jesus Christ and Joseph Smith. It's the true living gospel on the earth today. It's the original church Joseph Smith and Jesus Christ originally started. It's the same church. Nothing taken out, nothing done away with. It's all the same original doctrine and information. The Apostate Mormon Church, the Church Monson is over. The first counselor of that church, who's taking my position, he has no authority. If you look at him, he does not, in his very appearance, he does not look like the Savior in any way. If you look at Monson, in his appearance, he does not look like the Savior in any way. They believe in wearing short haircuts and shaving the face, wearing suits. That's what Satan's idea of a good man is. Deceptions are everywhere. Satan is powerful, but God is even more powerful.